Advaita Pancharatnam, seventh session. It is a work of Sri Shankara Bhagavad explained by Sri D.B. Ganguly. So, in this seventh session, we are seeing the second shloka of Advaita Pancharatnam. रज्ज्वज्ञानाद् भाति रज्जौ यथा हि स्वात्माज्ञानात् आत्मनो जीवभावः आप्तोक्त्या हि भ्रांतिनाशे स रज्जुः जीवो नाहं दीक्षितोक्त्या शिवोऽहम्। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। डॉक्टर कृष्णमूर्ति शास्त्री दंबे पुणच्च. The meaning yesterday we have seen, just as because the rope is not correctly cognized as the rope, in it a snake appears to manifest. Similarly, because our Atman is not intuited, cognized as he really is in him, this jivatva appears to exist or manifest. Just as when the knowledgeable people help cognize the object in front to be a rope, it is cognized to be a rope alone. Similarly, when a Sadguru or a true genuine preceptor teaches the Shishya or realizes that the Shishya realizes that student or disciple realizes that I am not a Jiva but I am verily Shiva alone. This was the meaning we have seen. Now let us see in detail the commentary. Because of the reason that we have not cognized our true essence of being, we are stricken with a bhranti or delusion of the type we are jivas. When we intuit our true essence of being, this delusion disappears. An illustration can be reduced here. We all have some time or the other the experience of mistaking a rope lying on the ground in poor light to be a snake. In this case, is it not true that because we have not cognized the real nature of the rope alone, that delusion has arisen? As long as the delusion persists, it appears as if it is a snake and a snake only. But the moment we have the cognitive experience that it is a rope alone, that delusion disappears totally without any trace even of a snake anywhere and at any time. Just as in the illustration, the snake is appearing as a result of delusion, in the illustrated teaching, Jivatva is merely an appearance, also because of a subtle delusion. This is the spiritual instruction, Siddhanta of Vedanta. Let us deliberate upon the above illustration in some more detail. Which is that thing that was appeared as a snake in the rope as a result of Bhranti? Is that thing different from the rope? No. For when the correct cognition or knowledge accrues, then the perceptual experience, pratyaya anubhava of the type, this is a rope alone, not a snake, ensues. No one ever assumes that a real snake alone appears during our Bhranti. For when that delusion is removed, no one can possibly find out where the snake has gone or disappeared. No one has seen or heard that such and such a person died as a result of a rope snake bite. Even when any person steps on a rope by chance and is afflicted by the false belief that I have stepped on the snake, it has bitten me, and as a result, the poison has affected me, and then might have even died. Even so, we never reckon that for his death a real snake bite was responsible. Maybe heart attack by the mental stress, fear. Even the logical argument that during that time our mental feeling or belief itself got transformed as a snake is not acceptable to any one of us. For no one gets the cognitive experience of the type, my mind had itself got transformed into a snake. In truth, the cognitive knowledge that is engendered in the manner there did not exist a snake at all in this instance. It was truly actually a rope alone is enough proof to convince us that during the delusion there did not at all exist any kind of a real snake. Especially to think or infer that during the time of the delusion the rope itself had got transformed into a snake would be the height of indiscretion indeed. For if things were to give up their respective essential natures of being by themselves and beget by themselves the essential natures of being of other different things, then in this world no empirical dealings worth the name would have been carried out. In fact, there would have been utter chaos. In that event, there would not have been a rule of law that from milk alone curd is produced, nor there would have been a rule of law to the effect that from milk curd alone can be produced. On certain occasions, then, water too could have become curd, and on certain other occasions, even the milk mixed with a fermenting agent for obtaining curd would have become water too. If such were the conditions and a total state of chaos existed, then how could human beings carry on their daily routine? And based on such faith, how at all can they transact? Can we assume that in the rope there existed a small part of the or taint of a snake, and that itself, when we were deluded, appeared as a snake? This is an opinion which no one can ever accept or entertain. Besides, no wise or intelligent person can ever possibly examine and demonstrate in the manner, because such and such a thing is tainted with a bit of a substance of such and such a thing. That small part of the tainted substance may, at any particular time or occasion, as a result of delusion, appear in a distinct manner, especially to aver that at that particular time of Bhranti, a snake actually was born or came into being, and as soon as the delusion disappeared, the snake died, is grossly contradictory to the universal experience. If it is contended in the manner which is that snake, I had merely a delusion, in this way we say when we see a snake, is it not? Then why not we infer that when we see a rope, because of the reason that we remember a snake, we say that a snake appeared? Even then, it is not a proper conclusion, for there is no cause or room whatsoever for a snake to appear as if it actually exists in front of us, just because we remember a snake. Apart from this, merely on remembering a snake, why should the rope disappear? For this question, the proponents of the above theory or concept cannot possibly give a convincing reply. Instead of saying I remembered a snake, we experience in the manner I saw or perceived a snake. And this experience is opposed to the former inference or mere figment of imagination. In any case, in this illustration, there does not exist a real or an actual snake at all. Neither there exists any memory of it. Even so, under the spell of delusion, we have the common experience of having seen a snake. Is it not? How to travel this problem? How to unravel this problem? Our answer to this problem is, in the illustration, a snake having come into being is false. In poor light, to those who have not cognized the rope correctly as a rope, that rope alone appears as a snake and not there actually exists a snake in the rope. In delusion, the snake does not at all come into being or is born, and after the correct knowledge or cognition is gained, snake does not really disappear. This spiritual teaching of the Shastra is substantiated, supported by everyone's knowledge or understanding, rather conviction, to the effect that I had mistaken or misconceived a rope itself to be a snake. Therefore, the snake was a mere belief The rope alone was the reality. Only this much can be pertinently said. But to seek a cause for the snake projected by Bhranti is not in the least rational or proper. I think we will see the next part in the next session. Thank you. Hare Rama.